Hello guys, Robot1 here and welcome to the Future of Yu-Gi-Oh! A segment on my channel where we look at cards coming out in the future, discuss them, look at them and see how good they're going to be. And in today's episode of the Future of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to be looking at the new Icejade archetype and the new Despians and the branded cards coming out in the Future of Yu-Gi-Oh! So hopefully these cards are going to be good, hopefully they're going to make the dogmatika lore better, and hopefully these Icejade cards are going to be pretty cool as well. So without further ado, let's actually get into it, talk about them, and see how good these cards actually are. So, let's go. So starting off, we have this cool dude, the guy with the long nails. Now, this makes me think of the dogmatika card that has the long nails. That one that also kind of corrupted Ecclesia Stigmata. So that's what this reminds me of. I can't remember their names, but they all had like really long claws and stuff. They all did stuff in the dogmatika story, and they were like the behind the scenes guys for the church. So that's what this does. So it's ad libitum of Despia. Okay, interesting. Level 8 Dark Fairy Effect Monster, 1500 attack, 2000 defense. You can only use first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, during your main phase, you can activate this effect. Each face-up monster on the field gains 100 attack times its level until the end of your opponent's turn. Okay. Interesting first effect. It's not the best in my personal opinion. Like, it's basically just looks like a dueling skill to me, but I guess getting an additional 800 attack or like 500 attack or something along those lines can be pretty good at times, so I'm not going to be lying. Like, an attack boost is an attack boost. Second effect though, if this card on the field or in the hand is used as fusion material and is sent to the graveyard or banished, you can target one Despia monster other than or level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard or among your banished monsters, special summon that monster. Okay, so if you use this to fusion summon, you can just be like, oh, I've got this Despia monster that's in my banish zone, or I've got a level 8 or higher fusion monster that's in my graveyard banish zone, and I just get a free special summon. I don't know, that part of the effect seems pretty good to me, just because it's just like, okay, I've used a fusion monster, and I've used this to make a new fusion monster. Well, in that case, I'm just going to summon back the other fusion monster. Like, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So I think that's actually pretty good for Despia. Like, the second effect is pretty good. This is like, yeah, okay. But this is a decent effect. What's this? Is this the new branded dragon? The new Albes? Masquerade, the Crimson Gleam Dragon. Okay, Crimson Gleam Dragon. Level 8 Dark Fiend Fusion Effect Monster, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. Materials 1 Despia monster and 1 or more dark monsters. 1 or light or dark monster. So this is not an Albes monster. This is not an Albes dragon. This interests me, because I was fully expecting when we saw the card at top that this is going to be Albes fused with a Despian. And seeing as I believe Albes is from the Despia, that would have been pretty interesting for me to see. But let's see what this does. So, first effect. While you control this fusion summon card, your opponent must pay 600 life points to activate cards or effects. So basically it's a red MD, pretty decent, like, not red MD, Red Eyes Darkness Flare Metal Dragon. But that's pretty decent, like, not gonna lie, 600 life points every time, like, it's burn, and it makes your opponent lose a ton of life if they want to, like, go into combos, so that's pretty decent. Second effect, while this card is in the graveyard, if your opponent controls a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro Xyz, or Link monster, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard but banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, so this is basically what I look at and think, oh, this is just going to be like for rank 8 turbo stuff in Despia, so that's actually okay for me. Like, I don't know, I think it's not the best card. Like, this is like the 600 to activate cards or effects is pretty decent. The second effect is just a free special summon if your opponent controls those types of monsters. It's not bad, but I wouldn't say this is an amazing card by any standards. It's pretty cool though. And what's next? We've got a new branded card, which is this one, Jubilation of the Branded. Quick play spell card. And you can only activate this card's name's first or second effect once per turn, and only once that turn. Okay, so you can't use both of this card's effects. Wait, no, you can only activate this card's name's first or second effect. Yeah, so you can only activate one effect of this card per turn. So, first effect. You can reveal one monster in your hand, send one level 8 fusion monster with 2500 attack or defense with the same type as that monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, then you can apply the effects. Okay. So you reveal one monster in your hand, and then you send one level 8 fusion monster with literally 2500 attack or defense of the same type. So I'm guessing this is supposed to go with like this, because like this is what a fiend, and if I believe there are some fiends in the Despian, or are they all fairies? No, they're all fairies, the Despians. So this actually can work for a lot of different things as well, when you really think about it, but okay. What's the effects you could potentially apply here? So, discard the revealed monster, then add one Fallen of Owlbears or one monster that specifically lists the card Fallen of Owlbears in its text from your deck to your hand. Okay, so you just activate this, reveal monster, send something to the graveyard, so probably Fallen of Owlbears, or something along those lines, maybe a spellcaster or a machine, because you could be playing, like, I don't know, the Spriggans with this kind of stuff and other that. Well, all the different Spriggans, I guess. You can play Spriggans, you can play Dogmatikas, you can play the Tri-Brigade to go ahead and send any of those to the graveyard, and then you just add the Fallen of Owlbears or one monster that specifically lists Fallen of Owlbears in its card's text. So, interesting thing. I don't think this card is amazing. It's interesting, it searches Fallen of Owlbears, but I feel like the fact it's like a neg-1 is a bit underappreciated, or underpowered. Like, it's a neg-1, during the end phase you'll get to trigger your Fallen of Owlbears fusion monster, but you know, it's not the best because of that. Like, you have to go ahead and send something to the graveyard, use it to search Fallen of Owlbears, and then during the end phase you will get a search because of the Fallen of Owlbears dragons normally have a search effect, but that's all. You don't really get any free resource from that, and I feel like that's kind of underwhelming. So, second effect though, during the end phase of this turn, that a fusion monster is sent to the graveyard, you can add this card from graveyard to hand. Okay, so it recycles itself as well, so not bad. Like, free recyclability is always good, but you know, send level 8 fusion, search Owlbears, discard the monster, you're negging 1. I don't rate that very much. And what is this? So this is branded in red. So this is, I don't know, that looks like something that I haven't seen. That might be the Jester guy, I think, like the level 4 monster for Despians. And this is a quick play spell card, branded in red, and you can only activate one card of this card's name per turn. First effect, target one Despia monster or Fallen of Owlbears in your graveyard, add that card monster to your hand. Then you can apply the following effects. Fusion summon one level 8 or higher fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing monsters from your hand and / or field as fusion materials, but that monster cannot attack directly this turn. I don't know, I feel like this is pretty interesting. Like, this stuff is actually kind of cool, and it says this is the opposite to branded in white. I believe branded in white is another card that came out in previous sets, which is kind of cool, which is the fusion spell for literally Owlbears himself, because I remember the one where he's like coated in fire. So this is obviously his like cousin or his brother or something, like I thought originally. And just looking at this stuff, I don't think it's that amazing for Despia. Like, this is pretty decent, just getting a free summon. This dragon ain't that good, I'll be completely honest. And this spell card, it's a neg 1, which is just kind of upsetting because you're just negging yourself a card to be able to go ahead and search Owlbears. But the plus side is you get to search your special during your end phase with the dragon effect. But I don't know, I don't see this card being that good, in my opinion, and that's kind of my thing. And looking at the card art on this, actually, though, there's a Spriggan hiding in that skull, so Spriggans are following her, and it looks like she's riding Owlbears in his dragon form, so that's actually kind of cool as well. So, yeah, like, she's also mounted it on her hammer. She's mounted the dragon head on her hammer. That's actually pretty cool. Like, her hammer now has the dragon head on it. It's got a Spriggan hiding in it. Okay, that's pretty nice. But anyway, enough talking about the new, the new Despian cards and the new branded stuff. Let's actually move on to the new archetype, which is the Icejade. And I'm kind of interested to see what this is, because it could be actually really cool, or it could be really bad. And it's obviously a water archetype, as it says here. So water gales appear that serve as generic water support, but the full depths of their strategy is unknown. So we've only got 4 cards, I believe, because I did check how many cards were for each bit. But let's go ahead and see what they do. So, Archetype of the Icejade. Level 4 water aqua effect monster, 1000 attack, 1000 defense. First effect, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can send one water monster from your hand to the graveyard to draw one card. That's a cost as well. And I believe every Atlantean and mermail card revolve around cost, so that's pretty good. Like, not gonna lie, discard an Atlantean to just get a cost effect, or a Dragoons to get a draw and then get to search. That's actually pretty decent, you know? That's actually pretty nice. What's the second effect though? If a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, and this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, special summon one Icejade monster from your hand or graveyard, except Acti of the Icejade. You know what? That's not bad. Like, literally, water monster dies, banish this, special summon an Icejade monster from your deck. That's actually pretty decent. Like, this is, it discards for cost for your Atlanteans, it special summons one from deck if one of your things die. There is literally no bad things about this card. Okay, pretty good. What's the next one? So, Tinola of the Icejade, level 4, water aqua effect, 1000 attack, 1000 defense. First effect, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one water monster in your graveyard. Send this card from the field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon that target. That's pretty good. You can literally send one card from your hand to the graveyard as cost. So you just go ahead and send any water monster from your hand to the graveyard as cost. And then you target one monster to your graveyard, and this can be like a Megalo, this could be, I don't know, an Atlantean Prince, this could be a Dragoon, this could be literally any water monster, and then you just send this card from the field to the graveyard, and you special summon it. So you've literally been able to trigger the cost effect of the discarding of an Atlantean or a mermail or something along those lines, and you also get to special summon the monster in your graveyard. So this is pretty decent. I mean, it's a neg-1 technically, but like being able to trigger off your mermail effects or your Atlantean effects to be able to get more resources and stuff is actually pretty good. So there's nothing actually bad about this card right here either. So second effect though, if a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle card effect, and this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it to special summon one Icejade monster from your hand or graveyard, except Tinola. Okay, so they all have like a special summon effect. So this is going to be the one that's going to probably oh no, this special summons from the hand as well, from the hand or graveyard. Oh, I misread this. I thought it was special summon from the deck as well. Okay, so that's my bad from a minute ago. So they all have the effect that say you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Icejade from your hand or graveyard. So I do apologize for that little misread there. Things like that happen sometimes, but okay, so they're 3 special summons from the hand or graveyard for an Icejade. Interesting, interesting. I feel like that's a little less powerful, but it's still, these cards still have a lot of potential in them, so that's not bad. Third card though, Tremolta of the Icejade, level 5 aqua effect monster, 1500 attack, 1500 defense. First effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to summon one more monster from your hand. Okay, discard it, special summon any water, that's not a bad thing. I don't think that's the best effect out of all of these cards so far. Like, trigger any of your Atlanteans, also get a free special summon from the graveyard. Discard, draw a card, trigger all your Atlanteans is much better, but I'm not going to diss like a free special summon, so it's okay. It's a neg-1, but I probably wouldn't play it. Third, and the second effect is obviously the same, where if a face-up war monster controls destroyed by battle card effect, you can banish this card, just one Icejade monster from your hand or graveyard. Yeah, and then the last card is Icejade's Cradle, a spell card, and it says, add from your deck to your hand one Icejade monster with a different name from the cards you control or in your graveyard. Okay, so it's a rota that essentially says, if you've gone ahead and already used a lot of your Icejade cards, then you can't really use this card. Like, late game, this card is going to be terrible, because if you have all your Icejades on the field or in your graveyard, you can't search anything. But if they release more support, this could be better. But honestly, looking at these cards, I'm a little upset that I did misread that as being a special summon from deck, and it's not special summon from deck, because honestly, I feel like this should be a special summon from deck thing. Like, where maybe one of them has the effect of special summon from deck, and then, well, actually no, the level 5 I think should definitely have the effect of special summon from deck, because, well, it's the one that has the weakest first effect. And just like the Adamantipator, in my personal opinion, the Rock archetype, they all have different methods to special summon themselves. So I feel like this could have been like slightly different, where instead of attempting to special summon themselves, it could be, oh, well, your water monster dies, they have different means to special summon, such as this one would summon from the deck, this one would summon from the hand, this one would summon from the graveyard. Like, I feel like that would be really, really cool if they did something like that. But obviously, they haven't done that here. They've made slight changes. It's a lot different to that. But nonetheless, this is still pretty cool. Like, honestly, I think the best one here is this one, is Acti, because literally just normal summon or special summon, discard an Atlantean or something along those lines, and get a free drop. Like, that's pretty good because you discard a Dragoons, you discard literally a Neptibus, you can just get a free special summon from graveyard, you just discard an Atlantean Pike or whatever it is to go ahead and pop a back row or face up mod card. I feel like these cards have a lot of potential. But guys, what do you personally think? Do you think any of these cards are really cool? Do you think the new Despian stuff is really good? I personally don't think so. Like, this is the best effect out of all of them in my personal opinion, seeing as it says literally, oh yeah, just revive a Despian monster that's it, or a fusion in your graveyard. This is fusion, isn't that great? This card is just a neg1 that you have to wait till the end phase to actually get neutral, and this is just like a free fusion summon, so that's not even that bad. But the Icejades are actually pretty cool as well. I think these are the best out of this video, just for the fact that, well, this one is potentially the best just because it's just a summon, discard, draw, which is really good. You've also got new revive ability, and you've got some free water summon from hand as well. But guys, that's just my personal opinion. Tell me what your thoughts are on these cards in the comment section below. Do you think these new water jades, ice jades, are going to improve mermails? Do you think the new branded / Despian cards are really going to make the Despian deck that much better? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But that's all I have to say for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to check out the links in the description, such as my new Patreon. I'm posting deck profiles there for patrons, or if you just want to help support me, you can go ahead over there. I'm doing all sorts of stuff on there, and I'm trying to figure out more things that you want. So if this may be something you want to see on the Patreon that you would be willing to, you know, get there, please tell me that as well. Check out the Discord and check out the Instagram where I post things as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. New Icejades and new Despians. Really cool. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later all. Honestly, let me have support. Nice.